Hello, good evening, welcome. Turn that down a little bit. How is everyone doing in chat tonight? How are we all doing? Not sure if you could hear me there. I was a little bit away from the mic. Welcome to the Zealous Racing League GT3 series. This is our tier 1 or split 1. We only have one currently, but looking for more drivers all the time to start up another tier. What's up, Wet Chaser? Hopefully the audio is good. You can hear me well. We're on board with Tony Casero at the moment. Just need to do a quick thing to get our camera operating correctly. And we'll be back in business. Sweet, thanks. This game does not like to be in any other mode. Blocks. Damn, it happened again. Oh, crap. Technical difficulties as usual. There we go. I escaped the hell that is being crap. On board with Tony. On his flyer lap, I believe. Missed the first sector there as I was busy. But coming up here into the second sector in the sharpest corner. Getting ready to go down the long back straight into the tricky braking zone. I was fooling around with the Porsche last night on this track. Quite tricky with this particular car. Coming into that braking zone can be a little bit scary. Rear end wants to step out. But it looks like he navigates that just fine. Coming through now to the last corner, turning in sharply and going all the way wide. Trying not to hit those anti-cut strips. And Tony up into our 4th place position here. Someone told me how to do this and I don't remember. I or L? There's gotta be a way we can see the difference between drivers. There we go. I is the key for the U. There we go. There we got our differences between drivers here. Peter Hutchinson laying down a 135.079, so almost a 135 flat. Sosa a 10th behind him. Tim Shade actually just under 4/10 behind him. So well done by him. Nice job. You watch Peter come through one last time going way wide. not what you want to do to set a fastest lap, but he'll settle for his pole position here in a race 1. Oh, actually, as I say that, Zach Patterson crosses the line with a faster time of 134.953, which is a fantastic lap for him. Kenneth Portis is getting 3rd. Rafa Sosa, let's see if he can extend that or steal that podium position or jump up. Does he move up the order? He moves up into 3rd place. Well done. Kexel is in here. He was right here. Stay on board of our man, our championship leader, our speedy boy, Carbon Kexel. Bentley coming across now. 29th currently, jumping up to the P1 with the 134.362 and almost ending his life right there. Wow, that was scary. But Tim Shade coming in 2nd. Very impressive run by him. But again, everyone 5/10 behind Kexel, the man, the myth, the legend. The Bentley 313. Yeah, he's a speedmeister. Well done from our man there. Just going to bring us back to this screen here. So we're at round 4 at Misano here tonight. And we move to next week, Nürburgring. The week after that, Laguna Seca. And the week after that, Monza again. So another Italian circuit. So we'll see how that plays out with the different drivers there. Nürburgring is quite fun. We just watched that in F1 not too many weeks ago. And then the American Laguna Seca with the corkscrew turn. Then back to a more straight line speed main track of Monza. But right now we're at the very awesome Misano National Circuit. And ready to rock some GT3 action here for you tonight. We have 2 races coming up from you. One here during the daytime at 11 a.m. And then we'll switch on to an evening race, which will have very cold track temperature. Some of the drivers may struggle if they did not set up their pressures correctly, but most have had practice. We have gave them plenty of heads up of what the temperature to expect or what time of day. So if they did not go and practice that, it's not really our fault. So as we get ready and set to go here, pole sitter again, once again, Kexel. Guy is mighty quick. We will have pit stop ballast added to the top 5 cars in the second race, so stay tuned for that. It should be quite spicy. So we got we'll do a helicam shot at the start of this race. We're gonna stay on board with Tony. Oh, that's a little too far. Peter Hutchings, will stay on board with him, watch his start of the race. And then we'll see. Maybe we'll run helicam most of the race here. I'm interested to try that. Hopefully the audio is okay, but we are off. You guys are getting ready to go to work here. They come around the first corner. Kexel and Tim Shade side by side, and we should be getting underway momentarily as they cross the line now, and away we go here. Rafa Sosa getting to the inside of Tim Shade going into turn 1. Kexel braking a little bit early. We've got 3 wide all the way down the field. guys keeping it clean. A little bit of a touch there between Sosa and Hutchins. And we got a car around, another car around. That is not what we'd like to see. Peter Hutchins getting all over the place. Back on board with Kexel here. He's going side by side through the first section. Tim Shade right there on his inside, cutting it off, but Kexel having the better run. We got a drive-through penalty. Back behind there, Kenneth Portis, and I'm not sure exactly who that is, fighting it out. Kexel getting ahead now, and then Peter Hutchinson diving in on Zach Patterson, side by side as we go through this corner into the back section of the track. Kexel taking off with the lead here, but Tim Shade not too far behind. Zach Patterson and Sosa right there as well. We got another car around. We got lots of action back here in the pack. It's unfortunate to see a couple Ferraris around, a Mercedes around, not what you like to see. Dan Shade battling side by side with the Porsche of Polo. Polo getting a deep dive, but going off track now, picking up a lot of marbles, and will be going slower. Trying to rejoin safely. Kexel back up here, just extending the lead now, just taking off ahead of these guys. Tim Shade right behind, Zach Patterson behind him, running a purple livery, sporting that for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Guys thought that would be nice to do, so the two teammates are running very similar liveries. Tim Shade's got to watch out here. He's got pressure from behind of two very fast drivers. We got our drive-through penalty candidate taking the pits. Oh, and Sosa dive bombing in there super hard, spinning around as that Audi likes to do. That will be looked at later on. Zach Patterson doesn't look too badly damaged from that event. And we got Kenneth Portis staying out of trouble, staying clean, and has a significant gap on the car behind of Mike. He's doing quite well so far. Shane Bowers up here, up into 6th position, which is great for him. Dan Shade right behind him. Valero as well in the Mercedes, but Polo getting a good run. Yeah, it might have been a little bit too intense, huh? Yeah, sorry. We'll work on that distance of the bike there. I was peeking the mic, which I didn't want to be, but I'd rather you guys make sure you hear me all the way. I'll turn it down just a little bit. We got Polo trying to pressure Valero and Dan Shade into making a mistake here and capturing that. Got a little too excited there. Back on board with our leader, who is gaining quite a bit on the guys behind. Almost 1.5 second lead now with Tim Shade behind that. Zach Patterson battling it out here together. Coming into the 3rd, 4th corners. Zach is right there on the rear, ready to pounce. Exactly. So as we have done 1 lap so far here at Misano, a bit of action all over the racetrack, some crashes. Travis Sosa actually in the pits at the moment, so either of those tires were too lit up for him to continue, and he felt might as well just do his pit. These 30-minute races we have going on this season, pitting early is not a huge error, really. It'll just help you. It's when you start doing multiple pit stops or getting drive-through penalties that really kill your race results here. So actually Kexel dropping, nope, not dropping back, but coming up to a lapped car. Not sure exactly who that is in front of him. Got Zach Patterson going into this, touching the pit wall as he slows down, make sure not to get that speeding penalty. Kenneth Portis now coming into turn 1. Stay on board him as he goes through sector 1. Taking as much track as he can to get that speed and but not of the track. Coming through now very nicely so far. And using as much track here as he can on the outside without hitting those anti-cuts and throwing the car all over the place. Got Dan Shade made up to 5th, but Shane Bowers trying to pressure Dan Shade into making that move. Dive bombing in there, no contact though, but very close. So Kexel pushing lap and a half. All right, all good there. I was gonna say 2 seconds ahead is Kexel from Tim Shade in P2. Kenneth gaining a little bit there on Tim in the last sector of the track. It's coming up very quickly. Douglas DeGroot in 11th now, trying to get up to Jake Battle. Jake Battle running a nice orange livery Audi here. Love seeing that. Twisted Panda getting very close to the rear of Valero here. And Polo up into 7th now. Coming up towards Shane Bowers, who did miss last week, but is here to rock out some good points for him and his brother in the Lamborghini team. So expect a move to happen soon. Back on board with their leader, who is still clear by a lot. Hey, what's up? All right. So let's move. Polo trying to get that done in the next few laps before he decides to pit. Bowers doing a great job here, staying ahead for now. One of our closest battles on track right now at the moment. Go down the order a bit, check out teammates here. Sean and Calvin. On the stem. Top file. We got Valdez overtaking Calvin in the pit lane, which is interesting of a move. Tony Casero pitting now too. Oh, sorry, that was Sean that was pitting. Tony Casero in there as well. So it's Zach Patterson and Sosa that are down, but these guys have already completed their pit stops here. Diego Riaz, not sure what's going on with this man, if he did not qualify good or... Okay, he did pit already. So really, it's Zach Patterson here who's in a good shout for getting our P1 position here after the pit stops, but Kexel is very good at building that gap out enough from the cars behind to not let that affect his race here, but who knows, some of these guys could have an advantage with pitting as early as they did. Here's Kexel now. I mean, he's getting ever closer to the rear bumper of this Aston Martin ahead. I believe that is Peter Hutchinson. New member here, Matt Teo, down the order. Leroy Bowers way down the order as well. So not having a great race, those two. Tony Casero out of the pits now. are on board with him. And yes, this Peter Hutchins and Diego battling it out here for 23rd position. Rafa Sosa and Zach Patterson at the moment have pitted. We got our man Kenneth Portis in the pits at the moment as well. And Ben's still out on track behind him. Whoa, we got a lot of action here. Coming up to the slow car. One of the slow cars, but Hosick getting pressure from Finch. Ellen Pitch behind. Have a Wolf right back there as well. So Kexel almost a lap away now. Tim Shaden pitting. Our number 2 driver now dropping down the order as he makes his pit stop. Some of these guys will be pitting. Yep. Dustin Hosick continuing to go, but Melon Pitch coming into the race, into the pits now. Lots of action on track there. This is the crew getting past. Let's be on board with Hosick, Tim Shaden in the pit as well. So some spicy action here, but a lot of these top drivers should be coming in soon. Kexel getting lots of traffic. I would expect a pit stop move. It would be smart to do it as he's stuck behind these guys. But coming into the back straight, they're going to be whoever is most brave on the brakes. We've got teammates fooling around here. Got Peter Hutchinson there. Giving Kexel a bit of a wave. Bit of a wiggle. So let's see if Kexel comes into the pits right now as he's just going to be losing time behind these guys. Yep, Kexel coming in now. Kexel in there. Dan Shade now adopting position 2 in the race. But MD here, Mr. MD, that's his new nickname for me. It's not MJ, it's MD. Mike doing well. I think it's the first time we might have seen him in P1 position, so that's pretty awesome. From that guy. Great race so far from him. Even if he pits, he'll drop down a bit, but not too bad. And Shea behind that, and Gustavo Polo getting up into 3rd already. We got our pit stop runners here. Kexel should be moving now and starting to exit the pit lane. Zach Patterson coming around the last corner here. So it'll be a race to see who can get into P1 and then have so Kexel, nope, that is Shane Bowers, but Kexel should be right here exiting the pits almost the exact same time. Zach Patterson getting ahead and having a car between him and the driver behind. So now it's all on Zach to keep this momentum. And it's all really on Kexel to bring down this 3-second gap between him and Zach, which is totally possible for this guy. He should be dropping half a second a lap compared to the guys ahead, if anything, from the previous races shows for it. So old nemesis here, Sosa and Portis will be battling it out here as they're coming up onto Tim Shade's rear bumper as well.
And halfway mark, keep pushing.
Bowers ahead, one of the Bauer brothers in the Lambo ahead of them. So this should get spicy between the two. Zach Patterson now, making sure that gap is 3 seconds, but I don't think we'll see what happens. Oh, and we have dim shade going way off. I did not see a contact between the two, so just losing all grip. Didn't lose too much. At least he saved the car, and he's still on track. 13th position right now, but should be good. So we got the Bauer brothers giving those positions. Just getting out of the way here. Kind of cutting off Sosa, but not too badly. Nicely done by them. It's got Danche Bolero coming out of the pits at the moment. Zach just doing a great job up here. Kexel cutting into his lead by a couple tenths. Puts a couple tenths per lap. 13.5 minutes to go here. Zach just has to keep up that momentum, try to stay ahead here, no mistakes. So Portis pulling sort of away from Sosa, but as I say that, Sosa gaining on the brakes there. That much closer to the rear bumper of Kenneth. Rafa, Sosa getting way close there in that braking zone. Don't know if that was a cut of the track or not. But he's hungry and wanting some of that Mercedes booty. So Kenneth is better reasons pulling that gap out here. Sosa just better in some of these tighter sections on track. The gap between Zach Patterson and Kexel getting smaller, a couple tenths per lap here. Don't know if Zach has enough of a gap to maintain that. If Kexel's pulling out 3 tenths a lap, 2 tenths a lap every lap here. The remainers we got. Quite entertaining, that's for sure. Peter Hutchinson getting very close to the rear of Polo. Polo and him, Peter getting just ahead of him. But Polo's not giving that position up so easily, coming back at him here. Make sure, try to get a clean exit down the straight. But Calvin Wolf is right there, ready to pounce on Polo as well. We got battles all over the track here. So this one's looking like spicy. Polo's going to try to get this move back from Hutchinson, which would be pretty difficult to do. Hutchinson is a very consistent and good driver. But I'm not leaving out Calvin Wolf here. He's doing very well in the Nissan as well. Fukara in the pits, 10th position, so all these guys will gain a position now. What's the timing for it? But we have a Twisted Panda Ferrari problem ahead of these guys, holding up them. Twisted Panda is a fast driver, but Peter Hutchinson definitely got quicker pace as shown right now. So Peter will be trying to make this move done as soon as possible and get ahead of Polo, who's trying his hardest to come at him. Falling right behind. Zach diving, Peter diving in there and trying to get ahead, but actually losing out. Polo side by side again with him. Polo on the outside. But Peter just keeping it in there. Calvin Wolf getting very close to the rear of Polo. Polo dives out tries to get the overspeed. Pretty hard to do in the Porsche. He has the inside line coming here into the braking zone. Wow, that was very crazy to be going that quick into that braking zone side by side. Calvin Wolf getting very close to the back of Gustavo there. Still these guys battling. Gustavo going up really wide, picking up some marbles into the dirt. Calvin Wolf is going to be trying to pounce on that as he has the better exit out of that corner. Coming into turn 1 now. Very close. Calvin having a lot of speed there, but having to scrub it off all very quickly. It was great battling from this 3 guys here. Tony Casero just kind of waiting behind. Whatever mistakes happen up here, he will capitalize on in the end. So Kenneth's able to keep off Rafa Sosa up here. Just step away quickly from that pack. Onto these guys. Caxel now cut all the way down, just a 1.5 second gap between him and Zach with 8 minutes to go here. Rafa Sosa getting close to Kenneth. Very close, probably the closest he's been all race here. To the last zone here, but Kenneth getting a perfect exit, exactly what he needs to be doing here. Hosek trying to make a move on Stem way down the order as well. So Stem a little slow in the Mercedes there with the livery. Kind of a anime-ish style livery. And don't put out Bucara, who's behind. Bucara is a fast driver as well. Oof, almost touching the rear bumper of Dustin. Dustin kind of getting out of the way, going almost 3 wide into this corner. Dustin has the inside. The car is just going to have to give that up. Follow behind. We've got Mellon Pitch right behind them as well. Diego Riaz all the way in 21st. I'm surprised at what occurred there. I don't know if he had trouble with qualifying. But usually, at least last week, he had a lot of speed, so maybe just not feeling comfortable around this circuit compared to the other guys here. Pucar and Mellon-Pitch going side by side here. Mellon-Pitch getting shafted out to the outside of the track. Probably not what he wanted to happen. He was so close here. Oof, and we have Dustin Hosek, not sure what happened with him losing it, and then Mellon-Pitch losing it as well right after that, so either a little distracted there or having some aero trouble. The car is out of there clean. Boom, 2 moves, done. Dustin is letting other drivers through, being kind, even though probably quite ticked off at himself here. Tony trying to get closer to Calvin here with Peter Hutchinson getting onto the group's rear. So we got battles everywhere here. We got battles all over. Yeah, some oil on track, someone dropping their transmission. Dropping their guts going into that corner. So Peter right there really trying to get onto that Ferrari. Diving in on the brakes, almost getting it done. Car going hard, and Peter Hutchinson's going for the undercut move. Now it's all about straight line speed down the straight, but don't hold out. Gustavo right behind as well. Pull a little bit of a juke and a touch maybe. A little scary bit of a moment here. Gustavo trying to go hard in the brakes. to Groot, trying to hold up, but getting a drive-through penalty for track limits maybe. Pull in now, buddy, pull in now. Nope. We got 4 minutes to go here. Whoa. Peter Hutchinson way off the track. Way off. Getting some dirty tires now. Calvin Welch trying to hold off. Tony Cristero from behind. Tony in the Porsche. Able to handle that very unstable rear of that car. It is fun to drive. It sounds great. Ooh, for car, it is actually going all the way up. The group going all the way up the track. Tony doing very evasive defending maneuver. Calvin Wolf. That was interesting. So now Hutchinson not having any trouble. On to Jake Battle, who is battling it out here. Well, one of the Bauer brothers just letting him through. Hutchinson right there as well. So whoever is in this Lambo here, not having a great race at the moment. We'll go up with our leader here. Zach, who's actually managed to take a few cents away from Kexel's pace. But Kexel's right there. Still coming. He's not backing down anytime soon. So Zach coming up to some black traffic. I'm sure he's hoping they will get out of the way for him. As I believe that stem does get out of the way, pulling over. Not holding up the leader as he has this. Seems like a large gap, but with the driver behind it is not a large gap. Kexel almost kind of getting screwed there, but able to get the space. And that Bentley come down. Kexel actually losing out even more because of the lap traffic. And unfortunately where he caught up with that lap traffic. 2 minutes to go. Looks like every driver has done their pit stop. De Groot serving his drive-through penalty. His race pretty much over. Not what you like to see. Track limits can be a pain in the ass, especially around the circuit. I know there's amazing battles on track. Your commentator has to use the wash window. So I'm going to leave it here. Zach Patterson trying to hold off Kexel with a minute and a half to go here. 2 laps probably. Looks like he may be able to do this as Thurbon Kexel is just dropping back further. Rafa Sosa getting closer to a podium position, and we got a couple swaps going around as Shane Bauer just dropping down the order. BRB.
Alright man, the leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
Got a driver number 1 that's off track at turn 1. Not sure what's happening there. Lots of lap traffic, having to get out of the way of the leader here. Nicely done by those guys trying to get out of the way, but this track is a little bit slower. Got Todd File just parking it, causing that yellow flag for not wanting to continue in the race. Hopefully nothing too serious there, maybe just some hardware issues. Hosek after a spin in 20th position. Tripod B. Diego Reese, 18th spin. Cara and Polo trying to battle it out. Polo stuck behind some lap traffic at the moment.
The leader has finished the race.
Cavill Wolf trying to get a position here. But Zach Patterson crossing the line. Victory here at Misano for Zach Patterson, beating out Kexel for P2. Kexel P2. Kenneth Portis up here in the 3rd place, so podium for Kenneth Portis. Great job, my man. Nice to see. Rafa Sosa getting 4th. Tim Shade crossing. MD here, Mr. Mike crossing the line in 6th. Great result, probably best we've seen of him. Dan Shade in 7th. Twisted Panda in 8th place. Valero in 9th, so great results from the Shade Bros team. Peter Hutchinson coming in 10th, not having a great time. Shane Bowers missed last week, coming out with a 10th position finish. Cap Wolf 13th, which is a great result. Beating out Tony at the end there. Polo getting 15th, Cara 16th, Stem crossing line 17th, not bad by him. Diego Reese 18th, Tripod B 19th, Dustin Hosick 20th, Valdez 21st, Melon Finch 22nd. Collis not having a great result, 28th. And Leroy bringing up the rear, unfortunately, 32nd. Douglas DeGroot getting that drive-through penalty. I'm not sure if he served it or not, so could be an DNF for him. No, okay, he did serve it. And all right, that was race 1, so well done for Zach Patterson for getting a victory against Kexel, and Kenneth Portis getting the 3rd place as well. So
Green light, give it all you got.
on to qualifying for race 2, which is going to be an evening race. We'll stay on board with Kenneth Portis here as he goes out onto his qualifying. Oh, son of a bitch. 1 second. Alright, there we go. Go on board with Kenneth as he does this lap. We'll see how he does. Kenneth's usually pretty good at his strategies and making sure he'll have good tire pressure as he normally does. Just go down the straight here. I can quickly do what I need to do. Sorry about that. There you go. Got a clean screen now. Kind of coming into the middle sector here. Getting ready to go down the long straight. Mercedes-AMG GT3 car. Beastly sounding engine in this guy. Kenneth actually doing a relatively good job here. 1/10 off the Rafa Sosa with a really fast time. 1:34.449. Kenneth just 1/10 below that. Some of our very quick guys have not put out a lap yet. Kexel waiting to do his run once there's a little bit more rubber on the track, I'm thinking. Kenneth actually drops that by 0.3 of a second with a 1:34.113. Well done by Kenneth. That unfortunately is not the last competitor on track, so most likely he's going to be not maintaining that pole position. But if he does, that'd be the first pole of the season for our man Kenneth Portis here. Getting closer to our full evening race here, so 9:05 p.m. at the moment. We got Kexel here coming around to the last couple corners, the back section, the third sector of the track. Needing to surprisingly brake hard in that zone there. I'm proud of Kenneth Portis here, beating out Rafa Sosa. And actually beating out Kexel as well. Kexel getting third position. Almost 0.3 off. Sosa doing another lap and coming just under 1/10 to our pole sitter, Kenneth Portis, the second. The myth, the man, the legend. Great job by Kenneth. Very impressive. Nicely done, my friend. So as I said, nighttime racing here. Looks very dark. Looks very cold. We do not have a time of day available to us. Oh, 10 p.m. There it is. So 10 p.m. evening race here in Misano, Italy. Not sure what town it's in. Oh, we hit all kinds of funky buttons here, folks. So Kenneth Portis, our man, getting pole position and also setting up our pit stop balances here for the race 2. So the top 5 drivers getting 5 seconds added to their pit stop, which makes it quite exciting once we do get going. Just because the decision making for when to pit is quite the interesting one. So 17 degrees for track temp, so very cold compared to what we just had. So a lot of the guys will have to be able to have planned their pit stops accordingly, and hopefully picking the right pressures to run at this temperature, that is. So see how this plays out. Very exciting. We've got 30 seconds to go, just about. The guys needing to make sure they hit that drive button or they'll be starting in the pit lane, which you do not want to do. Because, especially in this short 30-minute format, you're done. So we're off here in our race 2 nighttime edition here at Misano Circuit. Gustavo Polo in 10th here after great qualifying. Let's see what he can do in the temperatures as we're off now. Kenneth Portis continuing with that lead on the inside. Sosa getting very close to him. Sosa trying to come in and dive to the inside, which he does, but Kenneth keeping it right there and staying ahead at the moment. Rafa Sosa going very wide all the way off the track into the marbles. At least staying out of the way, but making some contact there with Kexel. Him and Kexel going side by side as Kenneth is just stepping away here at the moment. Tim Shade having a terrible start. Started in what was in 5th last race. Sorry, I thought maybe he dropped down the order. Lots of action here. Kexel getting ahead. Rafa almost losing it and spinning around, as that Audi likes to do when it gets loose to the rear. It likes to just rotate all the way around, send you for a spin. Tony Casero getting a good run here on the inside. Was trying on Twisted Panda. Not happening here right now. Let's jump on Gustavo Polo. Stuck behind MD here. And Diego Reese right behind them. Polo getting a little squirrely there, losing out some time to MD ahead. Tim Shade having to watch his side as Peter Hutchinson's coming through. Tim Shade planning on just pitting now, getting it over with. Diego Reese going really wide, losing out there. Polo gaining a little. Oh, we got a car around. Who's that? One of the guys from behind. And another driver too. Bunch of guys down the order. Getting all tagged up and stuff all over the place. A couple guys dropping all the way back down. Way down the order. That was some entertainment. Go back to the leaders now. Kenneth Portis now getting was 1 second ahead, but the guys behind it aren't going to be slowing down anytime soon. Sosa wanting to keep as close to XL as he can. Dan Shade kind of by himself here. 1 second to the car ahead, 1 second to the car behind. Tony getting that move done on... Nope, not getting a move done. Sandwich between the two Ferraris. Two teammates here for Cara, or the group, and Panda. Rafa Sosa hitting now. So very early pit from him. Bit of contact. Some at the Fukara there he was. Decent spot, now dropping down the order like a rock. Interesting to find out what happened there. Gustavo Pola now getting 2 positions in the first 2 laps of the race. I think we're on lap 2. Not exactly sure. But having an alright race so far to him. If he can stay close to the guys ahead with that 5 second pit stop and then pits at the same time as the leaders. If he has no damage, he's going to come out ahead of them. Okay, MD here, 7th. MD really loving Misano. Maybe Misano track is built really good for the Ferrari, as it is in Italy. Screwed ahead of him. With MD getting closer every lap. Tony could be on for a good result here. Casero, 5th place right now. Got some good pace. May be able to make something happen there. Hosick and Sean Khan getting very close to each other. Sean staying ahead. For now. Sean has kind of struggled with the last couple seasons of racing that he did, and he had this hand who could not get a handle with that car, but into the Lexus now. Much more similar to a NASCAR almost, in my opinion, especially in the sound. And getting along much better with that car's handling model. Surprising because they don't seem too much different, but I think maybe a little bit wider of a stance in that car. And not as long of a wheelbase. Got Benst here. Never talked about him very much. Quiet last race, nothing too crazy happened for him. Back on was Gustavo, who's getting pressure from behind, but getting a great run. Oh, as the Ferrari's going to the pits. Just a group into the pits. Gustavo getting to 7th position now. 6th position, actually. Peter Hutchinson right behind him, pressuring Gustavo. Got Valdez behind them as two. Valdez. Peter trying to get on the inside. Gustavo gonna have to let him through, avoid the contact, but now he has Valdez, Alves right behind him. Alves getting a better run out of that corner, but Polo gonna be able to keep it ahead. Go watch the inside. Good defensive move by him. And we'll come into straight. Kenneth Portis had about a second gap. Kexel dropping that down now. was very close, just 4/10 behind, but now kind of trying to pull that gap again, but Kexel real deep on the brakes. Kenneth will just want to keep extending. He's going to track as long as he can. Kexel just so much quicker out of that first turn, or last turn. So much quicker. And then on the brakes, getting really close to Kenneth. Now he's on the outside of Kenneth going into turn 2. Getting the inside run, but Kenneth blocking him off there, keeping it on the inside line. Kexel trying to make a move on the inside, gonna have to back out of that one. Kenneth able to stay ahead. But this is getting spicy between these two. Kexel getting the draft behind, diving to the outside in the Bentley. Trying to make it around, getting very close to each other now. Kenneth giving appropriate space. Kexel goes to the outside. Then he looks to the inside. Kenneth blocks him off. Kexel goes on the outside. Kenneth holding it on the inside line as much as he can. Kexel, who can get the better run down here? Kenneth staying ahead at the moment. Very entertaining battling between these guys. On board with Kexel. Watch him for a bit, trying to... Kexel coming into the pits now, so Kenneth Ford is staying out. Kexel into the pits. Some shade behind now. Kenneth Ford is. I'll go back to this view as it's a little easier to see at nighttime. Very dark doing this at night. Tim Shade in second position, pretty far away from Kenneth, almost 5 seconds. So Twisted Panda. Closest guy to him, 7/10 behind. MD way down from those guys, but doing a great job. 4th position at the moment. Diego Reese in 5th. Gustavo Polo pitted now, coming out in 13th position. He's moving out of the pit lane now. Staying ahead of Kexel and Bent. Peter Hutchins get ahead of those guys, so currently Peter Hutchins has a good shout of finishing in the top spot here. Kenneth Portis still on his track, but coming into the pits now as these guys are leaving. So now it's all... Oh, and actually Sosa getting good out in front of all these guys. So it's Sosa that needs to get around the track and get ahead of Kenneth. So we'll be watching Kenneth at the end of the pit. Haven't lost any positions yet currently. You can see Kenneth in the pits now. He's not moving just yet. Rafa Sosa going down the back straight. Kenneth's still not moving in the pit lane, so this is going to get very close. Kenneth right there. Rafa coming around the second to last corner now. Kenneth moving now. I don't think that's fast enough as Rafa comes around the last corner. Kenneth is still making his way through the pit lane. You can hear Rafa Sosa right now going by. very tight between these two. Kenneth's coming up now. Rafa just that much ahead, I think. So Rafa Sosa, our P1 driver at the moment, 10th. As Dan Shea now comes into the pit lane. So now, if Dan Shea didn't have damage, can he get out ahead? That is what we will want to find out here tonight. Dan Shea, 20 seconds here. It's a 30-second pit stop. Stationary and then driving. Coming around to the hard braking zone at the end of the straight as Rafa Sosa. Dan's car should be moving. I hear the engine on, but it's not moving yet. So it's coming into the last corner now. Dan's on his move. Again, I don't think it's enough. Rafa Sosa just getting it done, getting ahead of these guys as they come out of the pit lane. Yeah, and he gets ahead, so Rafa Sosa in the lead here with a good shout at getting a victory here tonight. Going to MD here, MD in the lead, not pitting. Still going around, dropping low 136s. Oh, he's in the pits now, actually, sorry. Valdez coming in the pits as well. We got Valero. Most likely will be coming to the pits here as well. Coming around the last corner. And he's into the pits now. The Rafa Sosa. Very much ahead of the drivers behind. 4 seconds ahead of the nearest car. Peter Hutchinson's 9th position right now. Getting close to the rear of Panda. Zach Patterson spinning around Polo, and Polo now having a bad timing. Oh, that was a bad time to come on board with them. Gustavo getting away though. Lost quite a lot of time, was up there in a good position. Ended up getting crashed out there. You hate to see it. I like the heli cam, it's a lot easier to see. So Gustavo dropping down to 13th, was doing well up there in 9th position. You hate to see it, that's really unfortunate for him. I don't know how much damage he would have got. I hope he has none. It's hard to tell. Let's see if he's a little twitchy down the straight. Peter not losing too much. Oh, that was Zach there. Zach behind. Valdez is out. Quit or whatnot. So Paul actually getting back into 11th after passing the pit. Not terrible. Oof, almost lost the car there and kept it. He's going to be coming up to Bent's here, but he has Zach Patterson who made that move last lap around. Side by side here, Zach trying to go to the outside now, sticking to the outside. Not making the same mistake twice, but on the brakes getting very close to the rear Polo. Got the pace here, Gustavo, to get it done. He has Zach Patterson right there in his rear, really pressuring. A lot faster through those first corners than Ben's ahead, so they're gaining time on him. Gustavo having to be very defensive as well, keeping up his pace. Timing board's a little off, saying they're 2 seconds behind, but they're not 2 seconds behind them now. The car ahead is not. I think it is, but it is. That gap is closer than 2 seconds. Gustavo doing a great job here to hold him off. Clean exit out of there. Much closer to Benz now than they were last lap. Just another 5/10 the car ahead, so they will be passing him in momentarily. Well, Ben's getting really wrong on the brakes there, losing out 2 positions. You hate to see that happen to him, man. Polo now jumping up into 10th position. Still has Zach right there on his bumper. Back with our leaders here. It's also keeping that 4-second gap. NJ closing it by a little, 110. But Kexel and Portis are starting to battle it out here for position. Tripod getting very close to the rear of Snip. Slowly back with the leaders very shortly, but on to these guys. Tripod B battling it out. Stem very close to the brakes. We got Eric Miller getting a drive-through penalty there in 26th position. Not what you want to see happening as we right there. We see Gustavo and Zach going side by side down this section, getting very close to each other. Zach sticking to the outside. Ben's coming back at these guys too. Polo trying to defend there, but Zach getting the inside line. Diving in there. Ben's got to be careful as well. So Polo losing out that position, but great defensive battle for him and battle between the two, but great defense from him. Up until he couldn't hold it up no more. Melon pinch getting close to the rear of Valero. Fucara trying to make a pass on his fellow Ferrari of the group. Delta was a lot closer a second ago, but now they're spread out again. Pinchowski getting alongside Jean Valero. Melon pitch making the diving move there. Getting past Valero, not wanting to hold up and try to defend that off any longer. So he's off ahead. Now we're on to Bentz. Michael Bentz here, battling it out with Valdez. I guess so he was exiting pit, but then we have Stem losing out position and almost going off track into the wall, but keeping it together. We got 8 minutes to go here. Kenneth Portis getting very close to the rear. Oh no, actually losing out to Kexel. Kexel getting ahead of Kenneth there through couple corners. Now Kexel's on a mission to track down Dan Shade, Rafa Sosa. Rafa losing a bit of pace here, down under 3.5 seconds, was at 4 seconds ahead. Brought that down. Peter Hutchinson right there trying to pressure Kenneth. Kenneth's struggling now as these fast guys are all around him, but not battling with Kexel anymore should help keep his pace up. Got some lap traffic. Nicely done to get through there without slowing cars ahead, but Kenneth having to go very wide. Not too deep into the dirt, so shouldn't affect his line, his traction as bad as it could have. So Peter, right there, man. Kenneth's got to be careful. Make sure he places that car in the right spot to prevent a passing move like he did right there. Great defense, right where Hutchinson wanted to put the car, and to back out of it or hit the brakes hard. Gustavo dropping back to Zach Patterson. But Gustavo, if he can get one more position, if one of these guys ahead, he'll be finishing where he qualified. Kind of sucks what happened, but we'll digress in the briefing room later about the penalty that Zach may or may not have here, which could promote Polo up a position or two. Diego Reese in 8th now, so that's a better result for him. He was struggling race 1. Might have been a driver to get his tire pressure just right. So Kenneth, 5 minutes to go. Needs to keep on holding off Peter Hutchins, who is a quick driver, who's right there, getting a better exit out of the last turn. Coming into turn 1. Kenneth defending there. Dan Shade must have had a bit of an error there, dropped way down, or these guys catching him by a lot. 4/10 ahead, pretty much. Kenneth is doing a great job defending here. Still able to hold this faster driver off. Valdez getting very close. Valdez getting a free move almost on Tripod, but Tripod's staying ahead. Valdez, can you get a better exit out of the corner? Sort of, but not enough speed there. Aston Martin's just that much quicker. So we got very close in the braking zone. Turn 1. Very close there as well. You see how close he can get on the straight with the speed. The Audi not as fast down the straight. Braking zone, Valdez is a bit more brave of a driver, does a lot more crazy stuff, so almost lose the rear there. Back marker getting out of the way of blue flag car. This gap dropped to 2nd, so 5th, 4th, and 3rd all within 1 second of each other. Peter Hutchinson losing time and everything. watching this battle. Kenneth is able to keep Hutchinson out of very close territory. Well done by him. Whoa, so what's happening here? Is this Dan Shade having trouble in that zone, blocking Kenneth kind of right there? Here Hutchinson's swerving a bit, showing his frustration, being stuck behind that. These guys here. If he can get past these guys, he could battle closer to Kexel. We have not talked about Sosa. Sosa has been dominant here. 3.5 seconds up the whole race from the cars behind. So well done by Rafa Sosa. Sorry I'm not following him as closely, but when you're walking away in the race there, not much to look at. All three of these guys getting very close, trying to battle out for the last podium position of third. Who will come on top? Mercedes power or Aston Martin power, we're not sure. What these two ahead here cannot do is start battling each other, the Mercedes. You'll start losing time to the quick driver behind. Whoa, went very close. She was almost taking out the one Lamborghini there. I'm not sure which person that was. Should have been Leroy Bauer.
Right, man, leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
We're on the final lap now. Rafa Sosa leading with 3 seconds ahead of Kexel. Kexel 3 seconds ahead of Dan Shade in third here. Gustavo Polo getting a drive-through penalty, not what we wanted to see. Oh man, that is not what we want to happen. Gustavo having to come in to serve it now. Oh, that's not what you wanted to see from him. He was doing so well. Zach Patterson, 8th position, trying to make a move on Reese. Getting very close to the bumper there. Wow. And I believe that's Jake Battle getting out of the way of these two, so they can fight it out. Getting close to the guys ahead. Lamborghini here having lots of trouble. Leroy Bowers, I believe. Zach Patterson was getting close, very close to Reese and
The leader has finished the race.
These three getting very close again, so Kexel crossing the line. Number 1, Dan Shade, number 2. Kenneth Portis getting another podium in third. Kexel dropping down to 4th. Hutchings 5th, Panda 6th, Reese 7th, Zach Patterson 8th, Tony Crucero 9th, MD Mike the man getting 10th, another great result by him. Tripod, B11th, Valdez 12th. Giatia 13th, Tozik 14th. Sean Connery Collis coming in 15th. Stammen 16th. Am I going to try to pronounce his name? It's so hard to do. Melon Pinch 18th, not great. Valero 19th. Gustavo Polo. F's in chat for Gustavo tonight, getting a drive-through penalty. Finishing 10 positions below his qualifying. 10th file coming into 21st, so nice done by Todd file. Sorry, Todd, doing all right. 21st. Kara and 23rd, Calvin Wolf taking himself out, almost killing a flagman in the process. We just witnessed murders. So that was our show tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for tuning in. Check us out on Discord. You can find the link on our different social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook. Even some of our videos have it in the description. We need to update that very soon. And we still have one guy trying to finish out everything. Douglas the Groot. And there we go.
Green light, green light. Go, go,
So you
go.
can see us next week, same time, same place. Different track. Nürburgring in Germany. Hope to see you guys there. I'm going to mute myself now, turn some music on, and we can watch the race highlights. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're on YouTube. Follow us if you're on Twitch. And yeah, follow us on Twitter as well and Facebook at Zealous Racing League. Yeah, Wet Chaser, for sure. Let's talk about it. And you can join us next week in Monza, or in the Monza race on the 7th. Yeah, you're good at Monza. Eh? Yeah, of course. If you're in within Zealous, the Discord, you can. Oh, okay, practice. You can come into practice anytime and chill out with the guys. So hit us up on Discord and yeah, you can come join it. All right. So that is it for our show tonight. Thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoyed. I sure had a fun time. I don't know if I saved the replay. But we'll see. This is race 2. Come on. The race 2 is good, but it's hard to see on stream, so it's not. Here we go.
Congratulate 4 seconds.